Okay, thank you. So, you're able to navigate to the PowerPoint. Okay. So, did you know learning can be actually fun? What if learning would become fun? Chalkboards being replaced, students attending class at home, students creating knowledge in a group, or students who are actually enjoying doing their homeworks. And what about digital textbooks, which are up to date and 100% to the point? Well, in this presentation, I'd like to focus on distance learning. My students are attending class at home. So, hi, my name is Koen Tullis. I'm a teacher. I teach since 2000 in a school, the Belgian school, and I teach computer science to students who are 16 years old, and I teach adults in the evening as well. 7 years ago, my school decided to implement blended learning into our schools. And blended learning implies that my students are attending 50% at school and 50% of my classes at home. And in the first place, I didn't really like this idea. And I was sitting at home, I was teaching my students using my computer. I didn't feel their presence, I couldn't see their reactions to what I'm saying. But once I was used to it, I really liked the concept of distance learning. We decided to use a web conferencing tool, so we offer live remote learning. We are using a web conferencing tool which is known as Skype for Business. It's not quite the same as Skype, and it is formally known as Link, and it's part of Office 365. It's kind of a tool like we are using right now to do this web conference. I'm using a microphone and a webcam so the students can hear and see me, although I rarely turn on my webcam because it causes some lag due to bandwidth issues. In reality, I ask my students to put their questions in the chat rather than using the microphone because students have their microphones not properly configured or they don't have a microphone at all. By using the screen sharing function, I'm able to share my screen. The students are able to track my activity, and I'm even able to ask my students to share their screen so I can see what they're doing at this very moment. In the chat, the students are putting their questions, and the interesting thing is that the peers love to solve the questions of each other, and especially the shy students, they love to solve the questions of their peers involved in the lesson. Using the recording function, I'm able to record my session. So the students who are ill or absent, they are able to take a look at my lesson in a later stage. And I'm also able to see a list of participants so I know who will attend my class. Okay, I'm going to the next slide. So, Skype for Business is available for Windows and Mac, although on a Mac computer you're not able to record a session and you're not able to share one specific tool, you're only able to share your complete desktop, which make it more interesting to use it on a Windows computer. It's available as software, but also as a web app, and even as an app, an iOS app, a Windows app. And my students who are sitting at home, in one class I have about let's say 16 students, 16 to 20 students, Robert. Feel free to put your questions in the chat. I'm able to read them while I'm presenting, okay? You can take a look at the plans and the pricing of Skype for Business on the address I shared in the presentation. And I quite often use the web app rather than the software version. I'm able to schedule my sessions using this address, sket.link.com. And my students will with the address which leads them to my session online. They only need to install one simple small plugin. When you are willing to follow Skype for Business on Twitter, you can use the hashtag Skype4B, and they are having the account Skype Business. Allow me to offer you some tips. When you first start using a web conferencing tool, which might be Skype for Business, you really have to train your colleagues, because everybody will feel uncomfortable in the beginning, and you also have to allow your students to bring their devices to the school, so you're really sure they are able to use Skype for Business before you start distance learning, before you start remote learning. You also at the end of each semester is asking my students using anonymous survey how they like this concept of learning. How they think about it, some kind of feedback, and usually they like the concept. Sometimes they're having some issues with lag or bandwidth or internet connection, and for those students who have no devices or no internet at all, the students who don't have internet connection, they are able to attend the class at school. There's always one specific classroom available for the distance learning students. And the students without a device, without a computer, they are able to lend one from school. And so everybody is happy, let's say that. How to know people are attending my class? Like, who knows, Maria is at this time attending my class. Maybe she's taking. So for this, to solve this issue, because my students are obliged to attend my class, for this issue, I thought about creating random polls. My students, they know I can offer a poll or a survey at all times, and they have to answer within 2 minutes. And if they don't answer within 2 minutes, they are regarded absent. What I'm doing as well is my presentation is putting on OneDrive, so I can share it using the chat, because sometimes people aren't able to see my screen I'm sharing. That's another tip. And I always start my lesson by checking whether everybody can hear me and everybody can see the screen I'm sharing. So as kind of a wrap up, what are the benefits of distance learning? As I earlier mentioned, there's more collaboration between the peers. They are eager to solve each other's questions in the chat. They are very motivated, especially the shy students have a larger sense of belonging. They are more involved, and of course there's no traffic jam. Although Belgium is a very small country, it takes some students to travel about 1 hour to 2 hours single to my class, and there's a certain time efficiency and it's also very eco-friendly. And the students are learning in their familiar environment. Actually, if one has an internet connection, you can even learn in the woods, in a park, in a pub. Why not? And I think the students benefit this fact. And last but not least, you're able to record a session which involves the ill and the weaker students. Now, 4 weeks ago, I had one student who had to travel to Hong Kong. She's a Chinese student, and normally she would have been absent for 6 weeks in my lessons. And we solved this by just turning on Skype while I was teaching. So it doesn't have to be very fancy, and you don't have to involve the whole class, but just while I was in my classroom, I turned on Skype, I shared my screen, I turned on my microphone, and she was able to attend my class with what was really very good benefit for her. This is one of my students. He's attending the class at school because he hasn't internet connection at home. Notice the tape at his laptop in the corners, which is actually funny. Of course, there are some issues as well, because when a student has no internet, there is no remote teaching at all. Luckily, there are only about 2 students in each semester who don't have internet due to some issues with their connection at home. And what about students who don't have computers? Well, as I earlier mentioned, they can lend one from school. One problem is the people who are having distractions at home. Sometimes you can see a cat walking over one's keyboard, or the mailman who is at the door. Well, that might be a slight problem. But it can be funny as well. And a major issue is the fact that it might not be allowed by your government. So you have really to check the regulations whether you are allowed to implement distance learning in your school. So, but as a wrap up, it's really fun, distance learning. The students are really motivated. You have all kinds of benefits. In my case, my students are attending half of the lessons at home, so we have the best of both worlds. I can see them a few times a week, and a few times a week they are just a really pleasant situation for me as well. I can drink some coffee while I am teaching in my own kitchen or in my living room or outside even. Sometimes my students are complaining because the birds are making too much noise when I'm sitting in my own garden. Okay, I created a quick guide to help you get started with the distance learning. I created a website as well. I also created a tutorial about Skype for Business. And if you consider implementing distance learning in your own school, I'm very happy to guide you in this process, or to ask or to answer your questions or whatsoever. Are there any questions for the moment? Anybody actually hearing what I am saying? Just one thing. Offering distance learning for free? Well, why not? I teach people how to create websites, which is very interesting for all of us, I think. I'm really passionate about coding and e-learning as well. So if you ever want to create your own website, feel free to ask me questions. I lately created a game, my own game, which is really, really interesting. You can use game salads to create your own games. You don't have to know anything before you start using this software. It works on a Mac, on Windows, and you're able to publish your own game on Windows as a Windows app, Windows 10 and Windows 8 app, but as well as an iPhone and an Android app. So you can do everything what you want. You can create your own images, and you can add your own code without needing to know how to code. For creating a free site, if you want to create a WordPress site, you can use WordPress.com. So you don't need web hosting. It's for free. You have some limitations, but it's a very good system. Or you can learn how to code HTML, and then you can do everything, basically everything. And one last thing I'd like to mention is you probably know about Project Kakuma. This is in April, and we are doing this with about 15 to 20 teachers, educators, and we are offering education to African refugees using Skype. And for the moment, about 10 teachers have been conducting Skype calls with these refugees. But if you fancy to do your own session, a Skype session with about 100 to 150 African refugees, feel free to contact me. I'll drop my email address in the chat. Or spread the news to teachers who might be willing to do so. Okay? No questions about anything about Skype, distance learning, creating websites? No? Okay then. Thank you so much for attending my session, and feel free to contact me if you have.
Very helpful for us to catch all this information you give us about how to create game and how to use Skype for business to distant learning.
Okay.
Thank you for everything you have done for us. Thank you for Project Kakuma.
Okay.
It is a great project. Yes. Now we will have Rachel after she's.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I am Mohammed Diab. Today we are going to know what is SRI. What is SRI? How to create your SRI? Make your SRI attractive, make your SRI interactive. First, I would ask you, can you easily add a voice or add a sound to your SRI for the people who try SRI? Yeah, it is easily. Can you run it automatically? Autoplay? Yes, they are working on it autoplay. Now we have a little trick to play. Hello? To play the sound, autoplay filing. This is the first thing we are going to learn about it today. And I am going to show how we can create. This is for the people who didn't know what SRI is. It's clear now? Now, what is SRI? SWI is a digital storytelling. You can use it with your students, with your company, different usages for SWI. You can create a magazine for school, for your classroom. You can collaborate between students in your class for creating this magazine, and it is, I think, it is a good collaborative way for my students. And also we can use SWI as a presentation tool. How I can create this SWI? The first thing you need to sign in using our emails, swi.com. Your email and your password and sign in directly, go on. If you don't have an account on Microsoft, you can sign in and create your new account. Is it clear now? Now you sign in. How can I create my SWI? You have two ways to create it. Create it now, or you can import it using your files. For example, you can import Word filing, PDF filing, and PowerPoint file. But for myself, I'd like this way, because you can't create an attractive one. Now I will speak about it or talk about it. Create now. To create new SWI, you are designing it online, choosing your cards, your design, your contents, and editing the display. But if you import it, uploading the content you want to present the site, okay? And each picture separated cards you can edit later, and it will take much time. SWI cards. This is a picture of the site for the OneDrive, for example, OneNote, Pair Ping, and so on. I'll choose. Hello, Mr. Hassan. All people can hear me? I'll choose to connect or to get the account from Facebook. That means I need to SWI to my account on Facebook. This is my account, and you have to connect Facebook. After this, you can add also some sites you prefer that not mentioned in this list. For example, iCloud, Google Drive, Dropbox. This is all you add. Only tick and send now. It will be added after that. This is all SWI cards. I prefer to show it directly using screen share.
is great on my side. That's been.
Anyone can see my screen now?
No, I can't see your screen now.
Hello everyone.
Yes, maybe
Can you
there's
see
a problem with the screen sharing. Can you hear me, Muhammad? There is a problem with screen sharing.
You can see my slide, okay. But can you see my site?
No.
Okay, let me send you, because I think sharing the screen is not working. He asked to get permissions to run screen sharing. I gave him the permission, but he asked me to close the browsers after getting the permission and relaunch the class again. Okay. I'll send you on now my I'll share you the links now for SY, but I think it will these are two examples of creating SY. I'm going to speak about one, why Microsoft. This is the first SY. I cooperate with it with one of my colleagues in Russia. This is the way we can show our pictures and our videos. This one link. And this is the second example of SY creating SY. Okay, let's go back to the slide again to show the cards on SY. As you see, for all people who didn't know SY, you can add text, heading with picture. Also, we can add picture and make a good gallery, videos using YouTube or any sites available on the site, Twitter, and embed. And also, you can add a chart for representing your students' results. And it is the most important, I think, tools on SY, because it affected how you can show, how you can display your SY. Automatic SY, stack SY, stack SY. Stack SY, it is the picture after one after one after one, like this. And also this is the second one of comparison. It's important tools for you to make comparison between two pictures. and the slideshow. If you look at the slideshow there, you will find have two different tools for making the group appear or display, and the grill for keeping the picture one side one. If anyone open or log on try, you will notice that I have two types of sound files. One of them working perfectly. This for swollen voice. And the other one under your control. As an example of class work for listening and reading tasks. Go back again to the slides. The slides, this is represents the navigation way. How from up and down and so on, or from one side continuously or separately. This is the way of navigation. And this is also the way of how you can show your picture. It's clear? Any questions? Yeah. How can I make this sound? How to play sound in the files? I use a very nice tools.
Yes, we can hear Ben.
This is autoplay sound on my try. I added it as a file of PowerPoint embedded in try. And this is how I can uploading file on Docs. This OneDrive and Docs you can use to make this trick. After signing in, you can get the file out of your computer, uploading it like this, and you have to, it's required to choose for one of this, all right, preserve it as you wish, for adding modification for the user and so on. By this way, it's done. It's done. And you have the link now to share it with all sites you manage. This is my file. I want to embed it. How? This is when you click on it, this is the picture you appear, and press embed. You have the link for embedding now. If you went back to your slide, you will get embed and embed it out here. By this way, you can add autoplay sounds on your slide easily. And also it will be attractive to your students, as I said. And this is the way you can show your pictures, gallery, and so on. Also, you can add videos through Try. This is for listening.
Now we are ready to start. Everyone has heard of Gates, the icon of American business and the richest man in the world.
This is an example of listening task for students, and this is the answer to them. And after that, check their comprehension for listening again, and giving them the feedback and they be more active. If you see my screen now, it will not, this is a slide I added to be an active feedback and evaluation for my students to check their answer. If they press here, the correct answer, it will okay, they will find the correct answer. If they press the wrong answer, no action will happen. Like this, only the correct answer and the wrong two answers. Like this. By these tools, little tools to make you make students more interactive. And also, you can make SWI speak to your students easily. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, Mr. Hassan.
Thank you, Muhammad.
Any questions? Anybody have any questions?
And I hope you enjoy. In doubt, you know how find me in Twitter, Facebook, even my mail. So the theme of my speech today is innovation in the creative process and cognitive process of students to create profitable space in the classroom and achieve good results, not only with Minecraft, but use the game, the software, to approach the students another way to work with technology. So I think this graph is a good measure to start to talking about innovation, because innovation is do the same things in another way, in an unthinked way to that moment. So we have at least this graph can show to us at least 4 kinds of innovational thinking. So we have 2 axes, axis going in the since thing to magic and other since work to play. Crossing these 2 variables, we can achieve a experimental mind, a visionary mind, an inventive mind, and a calculative mind. The great idea here is using these 4 profiles in the same time, giving this 4-way different of thinking to achieve the same results. Result of equation could be achieved by different thinkings. So this graph, this draw, is a measure, is a kind of way for incentive our reflection, for we understand how do you think in our ecosystem, how my students thinking, where in this graph is located my mind and my students' mind, and after that I can work with more knowledge about the ecosystem when I am developing work. When you start to talk and think about innovation, the idea automatic what came in our heads is the end, the omega. But every end need to be a start. So the idea is how I can start, how I put my alpha to achieve my omega. Many things or all things we see in the world is finished things. The process is hidden, but the idea is under closure this process and start to reflect how we can start for we achieve a innovation. Here we have a lot of kind of process, a linear process, a cycle process, and a chaotic process. Each place in the world, in my classroom, in my virtual classroom, in your room, in my neighbor room, each one has your proper way of dealing with the process. So we need to fit our speech, our behavior in these kinds of the process to know the beginnings and to know and achieve the ends. So to solve the problem, we need to understand what each one has own process to see, to feel, to understand the world, to understand the information, and own process to work with these informations. So exercise as a maze escape can show how each one thinks to solve this trouble. We have the Icarus model, which he built a wing with walks, or Theseus after face off the Minotaur, escaping with the lion. So the idea is consider each problem, each challenge as a maze, and each student, each teacher as a hero who will find his own process to escape alive from the maze. Now we have the great enemy of humanity, the white paper. What I will do in this white paper? How I start a draw, a speech, a text, a presentation, a Minecraft construction. It is a very delicate moment, but I have a solution to this. My solution is, let's create a cognitive Big Bang. Let's create a universe inside this white paper, inside this first step to achieve better results with technology, with Minecraft, other technologies as Sway, OneNote, Office Mix to increase. Hello everybody, it's me Francisco Tupi, the Creeper teacher. Unfortunately, I can't stay alive with you now, but I record my presentation to share my knowledge, the things I am developing, and I hope you enjoy. In doubt, you know how find me in Twitter, Facebook, even my email. So the theme of my speech today is innovation. Talking about the game, we are working with video game. So a good moment is create web conferences with different places and connect each one to express, to exchange techniques, talking about the creative process and make reflections together. Other specific point is sharing knowledge. The network culture is characterized by sharing knowledge. So when I start to build something, sharing knowledge is a feature of our culture. In the internet, we have a lot of informations about constructions, about circuits. So when I start to construct, to do a thing, what I don't know how to do this, I can look for this kind of information and make about OneNote. OneNote, in my opinion, is a great collective notebook, and the great potential of the school is using this as much more than a notebook, but a collective notebook where everybody can write, everybody can help, everybody can change information. So this could be a management process list with diary, with reports, with tables, with plans. So the idea here is exercising the collaborative culture with Minecraft based in OneNote features, exploring a lot of features OneNote can provide for the users. Leadership by influence is a kind of flexible hierarchy because each one has own skills. So the guy who makes draws, when he speaks about, everybody will consider his abilities with draw. In the same way, the guy who writes or the guy who is in charge of the manager of process will speak with much more property than others, and the others will respect this. In the two hands, in the hand when speak and the hand when listen. This way is a very good way for everybody can contribute in the project in the same way and respecting each different level of knowing, each different level of interact with the project. The troubleshooting here is the applied amazing, is one of the best part of the process. Even in the future, the student don't working with technologies, Minecraft, game design, or other things related with the process, he will have experience based on solve troubles. So this experience will follow this student in the other life experiences. So I don't know how the student will create a circuit. I will propose, sure, I can help you, but I'm not focused on the final result. I am focused on the process which student will achieve the answer of his trouble. Last but not the least, the entrepreneurship. In Minecraft, we have two ways of entrepreneurship. First, inside the game, because the game is a resource management system. So when I am mining, gathering resources, or even crafting, and when I am dealing with a villager, I am exercising my capabilities of entrepreneurship. In another way, in the real life, we are witness of real phenomenon when kids and teenagers want to create videos and show the videos, create channels, and after that create servers for the other players pay and play. So this is very interesting, understand and stimulate how these kids get contact, the first contact with the business. My conclusion for this presentation is everything we get in the virtual world, we need to translate in the real world. So even when we play Minecraft, we can understand, we can achieve a lot of skills. But how I can put these skills in the real life, how the real world can receive a kind of benefit with this. So after that, I propose with this video, with this conclusion, we can make a reflection in a educational Microsoft intelligence. How we can create an ecosystem based on the Microsoft technology, the applied technology, the professional technology, different from Minecraft as a game, but Office Mix, Bing, Windows system, Sway, and all the things the Microsoft can offer to us. How we can see a progression of skills, abilities. We can start with Minecraft mixed with 21 century abilities, UNESCO abilities, and with practicing the Minecraft with goals, with plannings, we can achieve the tech literacy with Microsoft support. So this is my main goal now. This reflection I share with you, and I invite everyone, think in this case, think in this use of Minecraft, how we can construction with Minecraft in the virtual world, but what we construct in the real world with Minecraft. So this is my point, my reflection, and I invite every one of you to continue thinking in this point, and that's it. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, Hassan, for the invitation. Sorry again for I'm not live, I'm not present with you, but I am here. You know my contacts, so what you want, please feel free to tell me, to send a message, to talk. My main goal in this process is help the world, help each one of you with your goals. So thank you so much. Great honor for this opportunity.
Of Minecraft, and we are welcome all my friends to this conference, and this is the last session in this conference. This is Hassan Majhali from Saudi Arabia presenting steps to be MCE Microsoft Certified Educator. It is very easy steps, and we are starting to do this. This is a small information about Hassan Majhali. Hassan Majhali is a computer science teacher at Beige Secondary School, First Secondary School, educational trainer at Beige Educational Training Unit, Microsoft Innovative Educator, expert 2015, certified trainer from Canada Global Center, Microsoft Certified Educator, certified trainer from the Board of International Trainers of America, preparing readers program, and so on. So another certificate of this. First of all, we need to be prepared to do the presentation and how to get the certificate of MCE. First of all, educator must be or need to be MCE, have to confidence and basic level of ICT skills. The basic level, not to be without any skills how to do ICT, information and communication technology. After that, take the teaching with technology online full course, about 36 hours of the course. In this course, you will know about everything and how to use 21st century skills in the education, and how to use UNESCO ICT competency framework for teachers. In this presentation, we will focus on how to use this course to get your MCE certified. First of all, you can log into Microsoft Educator Network, the old one before the Educator community or the new Educator community. As I know, they promise us to take all the teaching technology course to the new community, so you can find it after the end of this month in the new community. But in the old Educator network, you can't find it. First of all, you must take the self-assessment to see how you are working with technology. Or you need to be have more courses, or you will be certified directly with the teaching with technology certificate. If you have anything in the self-assessment, you will be derived to be which course you need to be more efficient in. Great, Muhammad. After that, you will start study the 36 hours for 6 courses. After the finish of the 6 courses, you will have 40-minute assessment, and it will be great for information and have more ideas. After each course will finish, you will have a summary of it, complete. Great, Ashraf. and the course is very useful and helpful to use technology in the classroom and how to change the way you are teaching. Sorry, this timetable is turned off. I don't know how or why. Course 1 of the tweet or TWT. Why does the CFT promote technology literacy? I don't know why this slide is turned over, but I don't know. All information you will find it about this course. I don't know the same problem in the second. In this we have 6 courses about this one, and all will be the teaching with technology competency. I will show you my desktop now. We have 6 courses. Course 1, why does the UNESCO ICT CFT promote technology literacy? Course 2, selecting ICT resources to support curriculum outcomes. Course 3, how to do technology and pedagogy mix. Course 4, use basic ICT tool to support teaching and learning. Organize and manage the use of ICT in your classroom. Yes, my connection is stopping. Yes. Organize and manage the ICT use in your classroom. Course 6, technology literacy and your professional development. After this 6 courses, one moment please, I will share my screen with you if it will start. One moment please, I will start sharing with you. One moment, because now we have to do this together. First of all, you can go to the Microsoft Educator network and take the 36 hours course of teaching with technology. After that, you can go to Certiboard and locate a test exam. After that, you can go to the exam after buying the voucher by Visa card. It's about $89. After that, you can take the number, that's the voucher number with you, and you go to the exam. After choosing the time, you can go to the exam center. After that, you can give the administrator there your voucher number, and you can log in with your name and password, and he will activate the exam for you. After that, you can take the 41 questions. After finishing all of exam questions, you will be promoted with your certificate if you pass or you are failing. This is very easy. Don't be nervous or anything. It is only about to be certified with a good certificate, to be knowledge about this technology. This is Hassan Majali saying thank you for watching, and I hope I give you some information about how to be Microsoft Certified Educator. I will go back to presentation number 1. How can you have teaching with technology? You can log to the Microsoft Educator network. Ahmed, if you are still with me. I will minimize. You can log into your account in the Microsoft Educator network and go to professional development and take courses. In the courses, you will see teaching with technology. You can take it in Arabic or Chinese, English, Indonesian, Portuguese, Russian, and Spanish. After finishing this course, you have all the requirements to go to do the MCE exam. After taking this free course, teaching with technology, you can go to the MCE exam with confidence, and you will pass it very easily. If you take it in Arabic, take the exam in Arabic. If you take the teaching with technology in English, take the exam in English. This is very important. If you take it in Indonesian, you can take it in the Indonesian language in the exam. Don't take different language, because you will fail, because there is some they are playing with words, how to manipulate your mind to change understanding about it. This is all about with Microsoft Certified Educator. I hope that you have joined us in this conference and be one of our audience in this 2 days. Sorry. We have 2 days conference, yesterday and today, and we have about 10 sessions started with. Sorry, I am loading. This is the final ceremony, our ending ceremony of this conference. Distance today, this is for today. Yesterday was 5 sessions. Maria Petriska have using Edge in the classroom, OneNote class notebook, Kalbana Kirshuk-Kumar, and the energy education flashcard using PowerPoint, early Sola Matkut, OneNote Sashita Jita, and we have difficulties. Genius Howard with in the classroom with Tammy Dunbar. Today we have 5 sessions with Kuyon Timers, distant learning via Skype for business. Rachel have given us flipping classroom with Office Mix. Muhammad Diab, how to create an attractive presentation using Sway tools. Francisco Tabi giving us a video how to use Minecraft in education. And the last session with is steps to be MCE certified educator. Yes, Report, you will have a certificate for this conference. Don't worry. It will be in your email in about 5 to 1 week. 5 days to 1 week. Don't worry about this. This is Hassan Majhali. Is welcoming all of our friends. This is the presenter, Hassan Majhali, Muhammad Diab, and Keon Timers, Francisco Tabi, Tammy Dunbar, Sashita Jita, Early Lusa Matkut from Philippines, and Maria Petriska from Macedonia, and last but not least, Kalbana Kirshkumar from Brunei Darussalam, Rachel Shiznell from New Zealand. This is Hassan Majhali. Enjoy the Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert and have a nice day. I hope you have all information about this 10 sessions. I need your support. I will send to all of you a survey about this conference. You will find it in your emails. Please answer the survey about everything. It will be in your email about maybe after Saturday. You can answer the survey after that, and about 5 to 7 days or 10 days, you will find your certificate in the in the email as a PDF certificate. Thank you for all my friends. I hope you are have a good day. You are now it is 7 p.m. Saudi Arabia time. I don't know what is your local time because we have
Kia ora koutou everybody, my name is Rachel Chisnell and this is my presentation on flipping the classroom with Office Mix. I'm a science and chemistry teacher at Tairi College in Dunedin, New Zealand. I'm a Microsoft Innovative Educator expert for 2015 and I'm heavily involved with SciChat NZ, which is a Twitter chat connecting science educators throughout New Zealand and globally. You can see from the map there that Dunedin is on the South Island of New Zealand and we are kind of quite a long way away from anybody else and very close to Antarctica, so occasionally it's pretty cold here. That said, I live in an absolutely beautiful place. If you ever have a chance to come to Dunedin, I recommend that you do. This picture here is Dunedin City. So we have a extinct volcano that the city is built on, so it rises up on the hills from around the harbour. If you flip around from there, so this view here, this is the Tairieri Plains, which is where my school is located. Dunedin, of course, being part of New Zealand, we are a bit sports mad. Huge following for the Otago Highlanders, who recently won the New Zealand or the Super 15 competition, which is a competition between Australia, South Africa and rugby. In rugby, we also have a beautiful cricket ground at University Oval. We have the oldest university in New Zealand, we have the Speight's Brewery, and we also have the steepest street in the world. And every year they run a Jaffa race, which is a type of sweet or a type of candy, down the race as a fundraiser. I'm going to talk to you today about what is a flipped classroom. So it's basically where you are delivering content outside of the classroom so that this classroom can be used for more tutorial style delivery and more teacher-student contact time. So traditionally, the teacher is the source of the content. In a flipped classroom, students can access content in a variety of different ways at any time, anywhere, which allows the student to be more of a guide on the side or a facilitator for the student's learning. There are some problems for our school with this though, as many of our students are very busy after school with work or farming commitments. Often they're up in the mornings milking cows, or sporting commitments, so students are heavily involved in sports and sports practices after school, which means they don't always access the content they should. And especially in some of our rural farming communities, there is limited internet access for some students, so they can't access the information you put there for them. However, I'm still taking steps to flip my classroom, because if I'm providing these resources in a flipped style, it allows me to provide different types of learning activities for different learners within a single lesson. So by providing a variety of resources, I can cater for learners who want to listen to things, who want to see things, who want to write things down, and who want to do things. And I can provide all of those within a single setting. It allows students to have multiple views and attempts at problems, so if they don't understand something, they can watch it again, or they can listen to it again, or they can read it again. This also means that students can work at their own pace, and if they understand something, they can move on without having to wait for the rest of the class. Or students who have been away on sports trips or through illness can catch up more easily. You still might have to spend some time with them to bring them up to speed, but all of the resources are available. Or if they are unable to come into school and have internet access, they can access them from at home. The biggest advantage for me is it allows me greater time working with students face to face in small groups or individually. So I actually get more contact time with students in my class than if I was just standing up the front lecturing them. And by providing those flipped resources, I'm having more time for the fun stuff. So, being a science teacher, we do lots of practicals, lots of experiments, and so it gives me an opportunity to have some of those really fun activities happening in my classroom. The biggest tool that I use for my flipped resources is Office Mix, and I think it is an amazing piece of software. You can download it from mix.office.com. It's a free add-on for PowerPoint. I'm using it now to record this because it easily allows you to record PowerPoint presentations for anywhere, anytime learning. You can choose your camera, you can choose your headsets, and you can just talk over a PowerPoint and put it up for your students, and they can hear you as well as see you if you choose to, and as well as see the content on your slides. However, there's also a whole lot of other really powerful features, and so this at the bottom here is the taskbar from the Office Mix tab. And you can see that you can just record slides as I'm doing now. You can insert quizzes or apps. You can do a screen recording. You can make a screenshot, insert video or insert audio. These buttons here are around making your mix and uploading it and sharing it, or you can export to video, and so that can be really useful if you have a different learning management system within your school that you can use, or publish it to 365 video. So it's a really powerful software for use in your classroom. My favourite feature is the inking tool. So I use this a lot for just kind of quick and dirty little exam walkthroughs. You can put a picture of an exam question on a page, and then as you're talking through it, you can put in the formulas. So if I do that here, I'll just make a mistake with that, V equals D over T, and then 600 divided by 90. And you can see that by the end of the little video, the students have got a really thorough worked example. You can change colours of your pens for different sections of the questions to make it clear what you're working on at any time. I have a Surface Pro and the inking function on it is exceptional. You can also just use a mouse. I'm not quite so neat with a mouse, but this is drawing some arrows in with a mouse, so you can also use the mouse. As a chemistry and science teacher, being able to use the inking feature to quickly draw chemical formulas is really important and really simple. It's much easier than inserting pictures or trying to modify the formulas and be constantly making things bigger or smaller. So the inking function is really important. Now the next two slides are going to lose recordings because they're showing interactive features of Office Mix. So the next page has a YouTube clip embedded into it which you can play, and then the page after has a live website embedded into it. So you're going to lose my voice for a little bit, but hopefully you will be able to see those pages and see how you can embed the YouTube clips and websites for use in your classroom. So in terms of putting things together, a mixed lesson for me might contain a variety of these resources. So this is just a walkthrough of one of my presentations for my classes. So this is a lesson on forces in motion. I've started off with a multi-choice quiz using the equation velocity is distance over time. I then have the equation velocity of distance over time, but the students need to rearrange it to check that they remember what we did the last lesson. Then I've used inking for quick drawings around forces to talk the students through how they draw in forces on a force diagram. Then I have some notes for them to write into their book. We're not a BYOD school, so the students would write these notes into their book. They can also hear me read them out to them, so that allows students who might struggle to read those words to listen to them, and they can use it as a form of dictation. If they miss something, they can go back, or if they listen to it a couple of times, it will go into their heads hopefully better than if they were just reading it. So I find that really useful for some of my students who do struggle with writing things down. I then included some videos and animations which offer another reinforcement of the key ideas. So this here is just a Khan Academy tutorial on balanced and unbalanced forces, and then on this side there's a PhET animation around forces and motions and the basics. So again, it's reinforcing the notes that the students have just written down. Then I've got a wee recap of the key ideas. So what did I want them to remember? A little bit more information about the force diagrams and making sure they include the right sizes, and then their next steps. So what they should do now, what they should have finished from the other day, and if they have finished, what other activities can they go on to. So all of the students in my class would start at the beginning. They would work their way through depending on their ability and how they got on. It would take them between 20 to 35 minutes to do that, which gives them about half an hour at the end of the lesson to work on the work set. I share these mixes with my classes via OneNote. All of my classes have OneNote digital textbooks also, so I usually put the links on there, or I can put the links via the school's learning management system, and this allows me to track student progress when students logged in or logged off and how they've done on their quizzes. But when I started making lots of the exam question walkthroughs, there started to be lots of links. So I now share those types of mixes in a sway, because you can take an embed code of an office mix and embed it into a sway, and then they can all be arranged neatly and obviously for the students to use. So this is just a picture of 4 mixes in a sway. There's actually about 20 in there, just little, between sort of 3 to 10 minute videos of me walking through particular exam questions. Some other uses of Office Mix that I've had for my classes or within my school is for staff PD. So this one here for the SharePoint initial setup, that's a screen recording of me doing some SharePoint sites so that staff can watch them and follow the steps on their own SharePoint sites as I do it in a video. I've done it for virtual presentations like this one, or for others when I can't get to conferences or meetings that I would like to. I've also used it to make a video for an application for professional development in New Zealand, and I also did it to give some instructions on how to crochet a Kiwi Surface Pro sleeve. And I did that crochet for the E2 Global Educator Exchange, and so on the gallery of mixes at the Office Mix website you can see all of those Office Mixes made by some global innovative educator experts, as well as search the gallery for a variety of pre-made mixes for use in your classroom or for your staff for professional learning. So in summary, Office Mix is a versatile tool that lends itself to a wide variety of teaching and learning uses. It's free and can be downloaded from the Office Mix website. It's easy to share via sharing web link, or you can embed it into a Sway or a SharePoint site, and other sites are getting compatible with the embed codes for the Office Mixes. Basically, it's awesome. I use it all the time and I'm very, very thankful for it. I don't quite know how I coped before. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. My Twitter handle is @ibpossum, or ibpossum@outlook.com will find me too. And I would just like to take this opportunity to say thank you for listening, and thank you to Hassan for setting up this online conference and taking the initiative. Ka kite anō.